So, it's been a while since I said that I would do this video. So I figure I might as well do this. And this says May 1980. Why? Why does this say May 1980? I don't know. Anyway, in this little pill bottle from 1980 is ash from Mount St. Helens when it erupted. But it says in the Wikipedia page, which is down below in the description box, that it happened on March 27th, 1980. March, April, May. That's like 2 months before the date on here. I'm pretty sure it said May 16th before. Well, what happened in May 6th? I don't know, man. This is weird. This is weird. Anyway, we're going to read this and we're going to see why. Why? Why does the pill bottle say May when Wikipedia says March? March 27, 1980, a series of volcanic explosions and pyroclastic flows began at Mount St. Helens in Skamania County, Washington, United States. Okay, Skamania County, Washington, United States. A series of phreatic blasts occurred from the summit and escalated until a major explosive eruption took place on May 18th, 1980 at 8:32 a.m. That is your answer right there to the question that you never asked. And if I had read this earlier, if I had read that whole sentence earlier, I would have known that and I wouldn't have questioned that at all. But anyway, yeah, so it took 2 months. 2 months from the time that it started until the eruption on May 18th, 1980 at 8:32 a.m. And this is actual ash from that eruption. Yeah, I think my grandparents lived in Washington at the time, and they brought it here up to Canada when they came to visit that year. So that's why I have this. And there was more. They brought a lot more. My mother has it in, like, this is cool. My grandmother actually made a container for it out of the ash, right? So it's got the ash in it, and the container is made from the ash, right? My grandmother's really good at ceramics and stuff, so that's what she did. So that was cool. That's cool that my mother has that, and I've got that. So, and I've had that since 1980. It's come with me everywhere I go. I do not leave it behind at all, ever. Yeah. That has always been with me. Maybe that's my luck. I always thought it was Irish luck, but maybe it's the ashes. Maybe the ashes keep me in good check. I don't know. Superstition at its best. Anyway, the eruption, which had a volcanic explosivity index of 5, was the most significant to occur in the contiguous United States since the much smaller 1915 eruption of Lassen Peak in California. It has often been declared the most disastrous volcanic eruption in U.S. history. Wow, okay. The eruption was preceded by a 2-month series of earthquakes and steam venting episodes caused by an injection of magma at shallow depth before the volcano that created a large bulge and a fracture system on the mountain's north slope. An earthquake at 8:32 a.m., so 8:32 and 11 seconds, right? AM, PDT, which is the Pacific time zone, on Sunday, May 18th, 1980, caused the entire weakened north face to slide away. A sector collapse, which was the largest subaerial landslide in recorded history. This allowed the partly molten rock, which in high-pressure gas and steam, rich in high-pressure gas and steam, to suddenly explode northward towards Spirit Lake in a hot mix of lava and pulverized older rock, overtaking the landslide. Woo! An eruption column rose to 80,000 feet, which is 24 kilometers, 15 miles, into the atmosphere and deposited ash in 11 U.S. states and various Canadian provinces. So it did make its way up here, a little bit of it. At the same time, snow, ice, and several entire glaciers on the volcano melted, forming a series of large lahars, which is volcanic mudslides, that reached as far as the Columbia River, nearly 50 miles, or 80 kilometers, to the southwest. Less severe outbursts continued into the next day, only to be followed by other large but not as destructive eruptions later that year. Thermal energy released during the eruption was equal to 26 megatons of TNT. Ooh. Wow. Okay. About 57 people were killed, including innkeeper and World War I veteran Harry R. Truman. Ooh. Really? Harry R. Truman was an American businessman, bootlegger, and prospector. He lived near Mount St. Helens, an active volcano in the state of Washington, and was the owner and caretaker of Mount St. Helens Lodge at Spirit Lake near the base of the mountain. Oh, okay. Photographers Reed Turner Blackburn was an American photographer killed in the 1980 volcanic eruption of Mount St. Helens, a photojournalist covering the eruption for a local newspaper, the Vancouver, Washington Columbian, as well as National Geographic magazine. Robert Emerson Landsberg was an American photographer who died while photographing the 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens. He was born in Seattle, Washington, and was a resident of Portland, Oregon at the time of his death. And that's where my grandparents lived, where it was in Portland, Oregon. David Alexander Johnson was an American United States Geological Survey volcanologist. Who was killed by the 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens in the U.S. state of Washington. A principal scientist on the USGS monitoring team, Johnson was killed in the eruption. Hundreds of square miles were reduced to wasteland, causing over $1 billion in damage. equivalent to 3.6 billion in 2021. Thousands of animals were killed, and Mount St. Helens was left with a crater on its north side. At the time of the eruption, the summit of the volcano was owned by the Burlington Northern Railroad, but afterward the railroad donated the land to the United States Forest Service. The area was later preserved in the Mount St. Helens National Volcanic Monument. Wow. Ooh, pictures. Here's a picture. Oh, look at that. On May 8, 1980 at 8:32 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, a magnitude 5.1 earthquake shook Mount St. Helens. The bulge and surrounding area slid away in a gigantic rock slide and debris avalanche, releasing pressure and triggering a major pumice and ash eruption of the volcano. 1,300 feet or 400 meters of the peak collapsed or blew outwards. As a result, 24 square miles or 62 square kilometers of valley was filled by a debris avalanche. 250 square miles or 650 square kilometers of reaction timber and private lands were damaged by a lateral blast. And an estimated 200 million cubic yards, or 150 million cubic meters, of material was deposited directly by lahars, or volcanic mud flows, into the river channels. 57 people were killed or are still missing. USGS photograph taken on May 18, 1980 by Austin Post. American photographer. Now, damn. Yeah, you can tell right there that it was breaking the side right there. Can't zoom in anymore. Oh wait, maybe I can. Oh, maybe I can. I can't move it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, so that's the side of the volcano right there. That's the top of it. Right, and then the blast comes up here. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, do you want me to read more? I could read more. I mean, I could go on and on and on about this. But anyway, yeah, this will be down in the thing. There is the build up to the eruption, landslide, and climatic phase, prolastic flows, initial lateral blast. Sound of the eruption of Mount St. Helens is heard from 140 miles away. I want to hear this. I'm going to plug in my headphones for this, because I want to hear it right in my ears, man. Right in my ears. Yeah, and if it's coming out of my speakers while I have these on, I can barely hear it. You know, because these are designed to block out other noises. Anyway, noise canceling. Anyway, here's the sound. Wow. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's kind of like a subwoofer. But yeah, amateur recording of a series of booms produced by the eruption as heard from the town of Newport, Oregon. Audio filtered and amplified. So that's filtered and amplified. I wonder what it sounded like before that. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. I would like to keep that somehow. I would. I would like to keep that. I don't know. If I could use it, no, seriously though, if I could use that, if I could somehow use that, I would. I would. I would. If I could download that as an MP3, I would use that in a song in the background. That would be cool. And it would be a song about the eruption for sure. Anyway, but yeah, so they got the build up to the eruption, all this other stuff. Ash column, ash properties. Generally, given that the way airborne ashes deposited after an eruption is strongly influenced by the meteorological, wow, meteorological conditions, a certain variation of the ash type will occur as a function of distance to the volcano or time elapsed from the eruption. The ash from Mount St. Helens is no exception, hence the ash properties have large variations, right? So it's got the chemical composition, index of refraction, mudslides, all this other stuff. Here's the ash cloud. Wow. That is an ash cloud. GOES 3, known as GOES C before becoming operational, was an American geostationary weather and communications satellite. It was originally built for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration as part of the Geostationary Operational Environmental Satellite System. Yeah, okay. The aftermath. Oh, this is one day before the eruption. That looks cool. Mount St. Helens, one day before the eruption. Photographed from the Johnson Ridge. Mount St. Helens, 4 months after the eruption. Photographed from roughly the same location as was the earlier picture. Note the bareness of the terrain as compared to the image above. Yes. See? That's before. And that's after. We left a big crater right there, right? That's where all the molten lava came down. Wow, that's crazy stuff. Mount St. Helens, May 18, 1980, ash fallout distribution in the U.S. Right? So, Spokane, Ritzville, Yakima, and Mount St. Helens. Boom, boom, boom. 2 inches to 5 inches, half inch to 2 inches, trace to half an inch. Wow, and that went all over. That's crazy. And yeah, no wonder it came up to Canada. One of the 200 houses destroyed by the eruption. Eruption on July 22nd, 1980. The growing third dome on October 24th, 1980. Wow. These are cool. I don't know why I went into game mode. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, one of the 200 houses destroyed by the eruption. Eruption on July 22nd, 1980. Wow. The growing third dome on October 24th, 1980. Plume of volcanic ash and steam in the October 2004 eruption. A satellite image of Mount St. Helens crater, July 22nd, 1982. A satellite image of Mount St. Helens crater, June 30th, 1980. Wow. These are all, wow, they're nuts, right? Later eruptions, right? So it did erupt after that a few times. But it was probably not as bad as the 1980 eruption. Helenite? Helenite. Ooh. That looks nice. That looks nice. I like that. I want to get that. I want to give me some of that. Set in an earring. Helenite, also known as Mount St. Helens obsidian, emerald, obsidianite, and ruby obsidianite, is an artificial glass made from the fused volcanic rock dust from Mount St. Helens and marketed as a gemstone. Helenite was first created accidentally after the eruption of Mount St. Helens in 1980. Workers from the Weyerhaeuser Timber Company were attempting to salvage equipment damaged after the volcanic eruption using acetylene torches. They noticed that the intense heat was melting the nearby volcanic ash and rock and turning it a greenish color. The silica, aluminum, iron, and trace amounts of chromium and copper present in the rocks and ash in the area, combined with the heat of the torches, transformed the volcanic particles into a compound that would be later commercially replicated as helenite. As word of the discovery spread, jewelry companies took note and began to find ways to reproduce helenite. Helenite is made by heating rock dust and particles from the Mount St. Helens area in a furnace to a temperature of approximately 2,700 degrees Fahrenheit or 1,480 degrees Celsius. Although helenite and obsidian are both forms of glass, helenite differs from obsidian in that it is man-made. The stone has been marketed by the jewelry industry because of its emerald-like color, good refractive index, Although its durability is low, it has a hardness of just 5 to 5.5 and chips about as easily as obsidian or window glass. It is best used in earrings, pendants, brooches, and other types of jewelry where it will not encounter impact or abrasion. Even in these uses, it should be considered to be a very delicate stone. If it is used as a ring stone, the facet edges will be easily abraded. The faces will be easily scratched, and the stone might be chipped with even a slight impact. It is seen as an expensive alternative to naturally occurring green gemstones such as emerald and peridot. Helenite can also come in various red, green, and blue varieties. Interesting. That is very, very interesting. I need to look that up. I really need to look that up. See if I can find it anywhere. Images. Woo! Look at that! A men's Helenite ring for $169.99 Canadian. That is crazy. Crazy, 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 man. Wow. Yeah, you can get one diamond and black onyx for $129.99. A lot cheaper than this. $170. Damn. Available in 4 installments of $42.50. No. Sorry. That's too much. But yeah, okay. So it's an expensive thing. And I could probably make my own. I just need to find an oven that would be hot enough. Wow! Right on, man! Right on! Alright, so this is going into here. There we go. Yeah, so there we go. That is everything about Mount St. Helens eruption. May 18th, 1980 is when it actually erupted, but it started erupting on March 27th, 1980. March, April, May. So it took almost 2 months. That's not bad. That's crazy, but it's not bad. So May 18th. So next month it will be 23 years since it happened. No, wait, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's not right at all. 43? 43 maybe? Yeah, 43. 43 years since that happened, right? I'm 46. So I was only 3 years old when this happened. Had this since I was 3 years old. Damn, that's crazy. Alright, well, I'm gonna go, and yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with a better video.